really passionate about what I do. Like, I love my job. I wake up every day and I look forward to going into work. And I think if I didn't feel that way, I wouldn't be there. And I think that's how people should feel when they do go to work. I think that kind of reflects every day when I walk in. I think it creates a certain energy because they know that I love what I'm doing. I'm very hardworking. I want to get to where I want to get to. And if I've got a goal in place, I need to make sure that I'm very focused and I'm going to try and achieve it. To be a certain energy when you walk into a store. I do feel that in my store. I think everyone's got their role to play and they play it very well. They enjoy what they do. I think that's what makes it work. My dad inspires me. He's always looked after the family. Since a young age, he's always owned his own businesses and got me and my sister working in a sandwich bar when we were young, just to show us a really good work ethic of how you turn up to work every day. You're always the first person in, the last person to leave. And we used to sell like ice creams for 99p every day with him just to make extra money. And I think now that I'm in a position that I'm running such a high turnover store and I've got so much staff, I think he's just really proud that I've managed to achieve that on my own and make it work for myself and do something that I love.
I think I have, I'm very organised, I'm very sort of particular in the way I plan my day and the way I plan any sort of operation I'm completing. So I think organisation is definitely key and always forward thinking on what's coming around the corner. I think the role of the operator is very important. I think it's the foundation of the team. I think it's the glue that holds it together. Without that person in place, the other players in the team wouldn't be able to go do their roles and fulfil their potential. So I pride myself on being that person. I think the advice I'd give to someone who wants to be an operator and be in that role is always have a notebook, keep notes and create lists. That's what I do with everything and I have to, otherwise I'd forget everything.
They say that I'm in honeymoon that never stops, never finishes with Reiss. I am very enthusiastic. I try to keep the energy levels always up. It comes from somewhere, and I project that to the people around me. As a hostess, it doesn't matter where you are and with who you are, you always have to be yourself. Every time I need to be in that role. I just feel that I am in my house and my guests are arriving, my friends, people that I love, and I think I do that well. Just before I enter the shop floor every day, I always have a very quick moment to myself. I think positively and I kind of have a very deep breath and then I open the door and go. You don't know what's coming, you don't know who you're gonna meet. Then I start my day like that.
I'm obsessed with fabric. I'm obsessed with the way it moves because no one fabric moves the same as the next. I think you have to love what you do, and that just drives me day in, day out. Literally, I'm never exhausted by it. I love when someone comes in and they look at a segment of fabric and they're like, that can't possibly be a full suit. And I love to see how they all interact, and it's almost like a tapestry where everyone's putting their little flavour in there, and at the end of it, they come up with a suit and their mind's blown. I love that whole aspect of it. I know that for me sort of encapsulates my whole sort of drive for what I do. It's like a show, it's like a song and dance. I put my whole uniform on, my tie, my suit, it's my armour, the curtains open and I get on that floor. That is my arena. I am playing a role, but it's me, so I'm playing an honest role.
The great advice I got a couple years ago was when I was working in TED office and the director wanted to speak to me, and I'll never forget him telling me, you don't need to go to university to be where you want to be. Half the people here have science degrees, English degrees, and it's not about that, it's about standing out, being yourself, being characteristic and showing your passion through what you do. Being a trader in my store can be quite tricky sometimes because there's so many jobs that need doing throughout the day, but all I'm really interested in is really smashing that target. For me, it is a daily routine. I need to know the business and I need to know the numbers. I do fully take on the responsibility to make sure my store ends up where they need to be and where they want to be.
Well, as a stylist, I think it comes a lot from bringing that confidence and building the relationship with the customer. It's more than just selling clothes. It's creating images for different occasions, you're inspiring them, you're making them feel good. You do have to bring that theatre into the role, and equally you've got to sell yourself. Doesn't matter what's going on behind the scenes, the moment you step onto that shop floor, you've got to own it. You're playing this role, you've got these lines to remember, you want to make sure your customer loves the experience. The best bit of advice I've had's just from my mum. It's as simple as it is, just be true to yourself. I think of it every day when I walk onto the shop floor, and you've got to just have that belief in yourself, which then that passes on to others. So yeah, that's always stood me on good stead.